ioEther. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Slim Jim in his Grille 15. This is the first time I'm gonna show a replay of this thing, and so this should be a fun game to watch. Obviously, this is a tier 10 game on Mountain Pass. I was gonna say Mountain Ridge for some reason, but it's Mountain Pass, and we should note that Slim is platooned up with Mace and Ronick, also in the Grille 15. So this game is going to go one of a few different ways. We're going to drop that map down a little bit because the size of those icons is actually hurting me. And we're going to switch into fixed camera mode so we can see what Slim does as they rush towards the center of the map. It looks like both Ronick and him are going to set up to take shots at anyone on the enemy team who's going to try and slide across the middle of the map there. Their scout is racing ahead to try and get some lights. And who do we see? We see a couple of people. 110. Well, that 110 is going to have a bad game. Good lord. That poor guy. I mean, I'm not certain I would have taken that shot because it looked really risky, like it wasn't going to connect, but wow, it did, and yeah. Wow. That poor guy. Enemy light tank getting killed, bouncing a shot from the FCM who's can't be happy, and then he got hit for 1400 damage. He's definitely not happy now, as he desperately tries to not die here. Slim is going to go for another shot, but he's unlikely to get it because he doesn't have lights ahead of him. Oh no, Super Pershing is close enough to get himself lit, and not fast enough to return fire. So he just takes a bunch of damage for free, and then the Grille just gets back out of there. Slim is playing this tank really well. I'm going to assume he's had it for a while and knows what he's doing. Ronick finishes off the FCM, who apparently didn't take it to heart the first time he got shot in the face by two of these things. These things are deadly, and so he wanders back out in front of Ronick's gun, and that is the end of that guy. They are going to peel over and go help out this T-30 now. Oh, there's an E-100 in the middle of the map. And yeah, Slim has the same thoughts I do. Ooh, that might be easy pickings, depending if Slim can get the shots in. Oh, I didn't realize how small the gun arc on this tank is. How far left and right that it moves. I figured it was a whole lot bigger than that. Ooh, taking out the Super Pershing. Super Pershing finally gets a shot in, trading 250 damage for his entire health pool. Yeah, that's not worth it, dude. We wouldn't do that multiple times, but I mean, as long as you're on the enemy team, yeah, sure, you keep that up. Wow, the Grille has the penetration, put a shot straight through the front turret face of the E-100. I didn't realize that much power was had by this gun. I probably should have, but there's a difference between knowing something and seeing it in action in front of you. As once again, Slim faces, or plays a deadly aim and comes out ahead as enemy 100 doesn't even elect to fire at him. Now it's Mace who's pushing this E75 back into Slim's guns. You can tell because of where Mace is on the map. So E75 is doing his best to remain alive, but he's in a bad spot and he's gonna die in a few seconds, one way or the other. Yeah, that poor guy. Now the entire enemy team that's left is up in that northern pass. There's maybe 6 or 7 of them. It's hard to tell how many of them are up there. 5 at least, but I'm gonna bet a lot more than that. Slim's slowing down for some reason. Sorry about that. Oh, I should, and I meant to apologize for not being here or doing anything yesterday. I got called into work for a 12-hour long shift, so that kind of canceled any plans I had to record. So sorry, but oh well. And now we're back into the action as our 263 takes out the artillery. Ooh, a batch head is going to drop in behind us, trying to get his gun around. It's a snapshot to take out the batch head. If the batch head had just kept going, he probably would have been okay. But he elected to stop and try and duke it out with an E75 and a Grille F15, and it didn't work out for him at all. As the Carnivore dies, Slim is pulling back to reload. He's got to be careful here because a lot of these guys can one-shot him, and definitely the two. Really? That was never gonna go in. That was a shot into the sloped upper angle. I mean, of the J Panther's hull. You need to aim for either the flat of the top of the superstructure, or you need to aim for his lower glacis. But these snapshots are not a good idea, and it's about to be a dead Slim Jim if he's not. Good lord! Now he still gets taken out by the Foch, who reloads and kills him. But that is going to be the end of the game. Nope. First, the Foch is going to take out Ronick, and then Foch is going to get killed. But good lord. Okay, so this was a brilliantly played game all the way up until the end, in which case I'm going to assume Slim panicked and then died. So this guy was his downfall. The first shot he had was a beautiful setup, but he didn't bother aiming it. So he ricocheted off the upper glacis. If he'd aimed, he could have hit the lower glacis and penned, or because of the angle he was at, which is something like this, this would have gone through. Heck, that probably would have gone through. Basically anywhere but the gun mantle and the upper glacis probably would have penned. Actually, the side skirts probably would have just got absorbed. But there was a bunch of massive targets he could have aimed for, and he just didn't bother aiming. He just pointed and fired at the center. And obviously that didn't work. So next time you're in these situations, calm down, slow down. The enemy was immobilized. He wasn't going anywhere for a few seconds. You had time to aim, Slim. Next time, take the time, use it. You probably would not have died as a result of this, and you would have got more damage off, which ultimately would have been awesome and, needed for that golden experience thing. Anyways, well done anyway, though. Ace Tanker, which, considering this tank, this is hard to get now, as it is such a brilliant tank, and it is just richly deserved for this game, as you'll see as we go on. Bruiser, Spotter, Demolition Expert, Duelist, Fighter, and Fire for Effect. Sadly coming away with only 4 kills instead of the 6 for the Top Gun, but oh well. It's not really... any game you can end up with a high caliber in, that Ronick is in, or any other Unicum player, this is richly deserved, and very, very hard to get when there's a Unicum in your game. Tank Sniper is kind of synonymous with Tank Destroyer, so I'm not really surprised. 6,600 damage dealt. Wow! The amount of blows that he rained down upon his enemies was really substantial. Well done, sir. With only 2 shots not penetrating that connected, and of course those were both at the end of the game. Everything else before that hit and penned, and so well done up until the end. The end was a little bit sloppy, but that's okay. It happens. Everybody kind of panics at the end of games at times, and well done otherwise. It was a well played game and a great example of how to play the Grille to maximum effect, though of course in everyone else's games the enemy is probably not going to be that stupid, so just take that with a grain of salt, right? I mean, how many enemies are you going to have that are going to stare at you as you murder them and not bother to fire back? But thank you so much, Slim, for saying this in. And thank everybody else for watching. Remember, if you do want to support the channel directly, the best way, as always, is my Game Wisp link in the description below. Or you can simply hit that like button. That will help out immensely as well. I will see you all later. This ioEther out.